Narratives that shape our world. The Other. The Other. The Other is this societal concept based around the idea of an individual who is excluded from society or from what is called the dominant ideology. It might only be something small, like being left out in a sporting team, but is also experienced on a larger scale by a large portion of the population, who are othered merely because of their cultural differences, especially in regards to religion and race. Cultural prejudice and exclusion has been occurring as long as anyone can remember, as it has played an important role in history in a way that has really shaped the worlds and perspectives of many, both personally and as a society. The infamous Othello by William Shakespeare and the modern-day play Disgraced by Ayoade Akhtar both reflect the concept of the other in their different contextual ways. Both texts create this theme of fate versus free will, which basically poses a question to the audience on whether the downfall of Ymir and Othello in both narratives was bound to happen due to the disturbance of what we call the Great Chain of Being, or whether they simply hit rock bottom merely by fault. Through a range of language devices and structural techniques, Shakespeare presents the common racial prejudice of the 1600s in the form of his character Othello, the Moor playing the role of a tragic hero who is vulnerable to racial profiling throughout the play by the Venetians and the society they share. Right from the beginning of the play, we are triggered with suspicions of Othello's upcoming tragic fall before it even begins. Brabantio, who is the father of Desdemona, is one of the main perpetrators when it comes to othering Othello, and that doesn't change throughout the text. Brabantio doesn't even address Othello by his name, but simply by Moor on multiple occasions. Shakespeare uses the symbolism of Brabantio's resentment and outcasting attitude towards Othello, again while using foreshadowing simultaneously when he says, "Look to her more, if thou hast eyes to see, she has deceived her father, and may thee." Shakespeare arouses a mysterious vibe to the readers and implants a predicament in the minds of not only the audience but also Othello, which only works to the advantage of Iago's false suspicions of Desdemona's unfaithfulness, which Iago shares with Othello. Othello is most certainly a play that has shaped our world. The cultural prejudice that takes place is still a major relatable issue over 400 years later, just in different forms. The same conceptual ideas built around the other exist today, although they probably aren't as severe. Disgraced is a perfect example. Cultural prejudice is the key concept that Ayoade Akhtar outlines in Disgrace through the main character Ymir, who is a South Asian Muslim living in post-9/11 America. Ymir is an apostate. He abandoned his religion a long time ago because he simply believed it was a hateful religion, which had a negative view on the world and women.